Bonjour, je m'appelle Dr. Tin et bienvenue à French 1311, chapitre 1, leçon 5. Aujourd'hui, nous allons étudier les objets dans une salle de classe. Les objets dans la salle de classe. Hello, my name is Dr. Tin, and welcome to French 1311, Chapter 1, Lesson 5. Today we are going to study objects in a classroom. Objects in the classroom. Ok, ça va? Très bien. Ok, page 14, page 19. Page 14, page 19. Ok, une. Répétez, une salle de classe, une salle de classe, une salle de classe. Ok? Répétez, un écran, un écran, un écran, un écran, une salle de classe. Ok? Now, you see that here we have un, all right, in front of écran, écran, écran. Whereas here we have une in front of salle de classe. In English, you will translate both of them. The two will be translated as a, or an, or one. Okay? So, un. Okay? You see that it's in front of écran, écran, écran. And then you see une in front of salle de classe. Okay? One is used with nouns that are masculine in French, and one is used with nouns that are feminine in French. Here, une is feminine, whereas un is masculin. Okay, féminin singulier, masculin singulier. This is masculine singular. Un écran, une salle de classe. Feminine singular, masculine singular. They all mean, right? Right? Or, an, or one. Okay? So one screen, one classroom, or a classroom, or a screen. Right? Okay? Ça va? Très bien. Here, you see that it has un. Here we have une, right? We talk about that also. Now, so un means a, une means a. Un, all right, also can mean an in front of a vowel in English, All right? And both of them can also mean one. So one screen, one classroom, a screen, a classroom. Ça va? Très bien. In French, everything is either masculine or feminine. And when learning the language, okay, the gender of the thing should be learned together. The object or a thing shouldn't be learned alone. You should always learn the object with its article. Right here, un, une are called indefinite article. We talk about that in our next lesson, right? Okay, so un or une are indefinite article. It's as if you are not specifying, you're just saying a screen, a classroom. You are not pointing to the thing, you are not saying the. We deal with those articles later on. Here you are not specifying. It's indefinite, right? That's why they are indefinite articles. Now the plural of un and then une is des. It's put in front of these nouns, right? When they become plural. Ça va? So, un masculin, une féminin. Ça va? They are indefinite articles. Okay? Here is a or an or one. The plural will mean some, S-O-M-E. Okay, we talk about these later on. These later on in our next lesson. Okay, répétez. Un écran. Un tableau. Stage, right? Un écran can also be this. Screen and the board I'm writing on is un tableau. Un effaceur. Un effaceur is the duster, the one that I use to clean, right? Très bien. Une craie. Chalk. Okay, un professeur is always masculine, whether it is a female, right? We will talk about how Québécois, right? The French-speaking Québécois will use une to differentiate a female instructor from un professeur. Okay, but it's something that is peculiar to just French Canadians. Ça va? Très bien. So, un professeur, une fenêtre, un mur, un téléphone portable, you can just say un portable. Okay, mobile phone, un portable or un téléphone portable. Une feuille de papier. See, papier is like paper, right? A sheet of paper. Un crayon, right? Un crayon, it is also a pencil. Okay, une affiche. Okay, a poster. Alright, un stylo, a pen. Une porte, une chaise. Un sac, à dos. Un sac à dos, a backpack. Une étudiante, une étudiante. Un cahier, un cahier. Un étudiant, un étudiant. You see that here the T is silent. All right? The T is silent when it's masculine, you don't say the T. Un étudiant. When it's feminine, then you add your E and then the T is pronounced. Une étudiante. Une étudiante. All right? Un étudiant. Un étudiant. Okay? All right? Un ordinateur. A computer, right? Un ordinateur portable will mean a laptop, right? But un ordinateur means a computer. Un livre. Un livre. Un bureau. Un bureau. A desk. It can mean a desk. It can also mean an office. Okay? Très bien. So, un bureau, un livre, un ordinateur, un étudiant, un cahier, une étudiante, un sac à dos, une chaise, okay? Une porte, un stylo, un écran, un tableau, un effaceur, une craie, un professeur, une fenêtre, un mur, un mur, un mur, a wall, ok? Un téléphone portable, une feuille de papier, une feuille de papier, un crayon, une affiche, une affiche. See that? Une, féminin, une craie, féminin, une fenêtre, féminin, une feuille de papier féminin, une affiche féminin, une porte féminin, une chaise féminin, ok? Une étudiante féminin, ok? Now, une personne féminin, une vedette féminin, une amie féminin, une étudiante féminin, une femme féminin. So, when you see this, you pronounce it as une. When you see this, pronounce it as un. They mean a, an, or one. Okay? It can be here. It can mean a screen, one screen, right? A classroom or one classroom, right? Ça va? Très bien. Now, how would you know that something is masculine or feminine? Your best bet is to study. All right? It's to study the object or the person together with the article. Study the article with the object together. Don't leave one alone. Study both the article. If it's an écran, try to remember that. Try to say that a couple of times, and then it will be stuck in your memory. Okay, that is your best bet. Okay, all right. Now, normally too, the gender of the person, right? The gender when we are talking about people, all right. A person can be masculine or feminine, all right. A thing can be masculine or feminine in French. when you are dealing with people, normally the gender, right, of the person will determine whether the person is masculine or feminine. All right. When you're talking about a man, the gender of the man is male. So you will say an homme. This is man, homme, an homme. If it's a woman, right? Normally, you will use une in front of a woman because of the gender. All right? Now, normally in French, the masculine form, right? You see, un étudiant masculin, right, can be changed into its feminine form by just adding an E to the masculine form. So, un becomes une, right? And then étudiant becomes étudiante, just adding E's, right? To change from masculine to feminine. The same thing here. Enemy, right? A friend, a boyfriend, right? Une amie, a girlfriend. Okay? Masculin, féminin. Now, sometimes there is one gender for the person. All right? Like here, you have un bébé, whether the baby is a boy or a girl, right? It's the just like un enfant, right? Un bébé is masculine, whether you're talking about a baby boy or a baby girl. It's the un bébé, masculine. Okay, here, un professeur. Un professeur is always masculine. Okay, always masculine. Sometimes you will differentiate between the feminine and then the masculine by just putting une femme before the profession, right? So un professeur, a male teacher, you can just put une femme in front of professeur to specify that you are referring to a female teacher. So une, right? Une femme professeur, un professeur, une femme professeur. In Quebec, they will just put an E, add an E, right? To differentiate between the male instructor and the female instructor. So, un professeur and then une professeur. Un prof, une prof. Okay? In Quebec, in the French Canadian province, right? They will say un professeur or une professeure. Très bien. Okay. Now, see that une personne is feminine, whether it refers to a male person or not, or a female person is called feminine, right? C'est toujours féminin. It is always feminine. Une personne. Okay. Now, here, a movie star, right, is always just like personne, also feminine. Whether you're talking about Michael Jackson or Aretha Franklin, it's still une vedette. Ça va? Très bien. Okay. Now, how do you ask the question, what is it? What is it? Based on the objects and people in the classroom. All right? When you're talking about an object in the classroom, right? And not the people, right? Here we have un professeur, we have une étudiante, right? And then we also have un étudiant, right? So un étudiant, une étudiante, and then un professeur are people, all right? If you're asking about something, not a person, you ask the question, qu'est-ce que c'est? Répétez, qu'est-ce que c'est? What is it? Right? To ask, what is it? Right? Based on the object, not the people. You will say, qu'est-ce que c'est? What is it? And the answer will begin with c'est. See the c'est here? C'est. So what is it? Qu'est-ce que c'est? C'est un potable. C'est un potable. C'est un potable. C'est un potable. It is a mobile phone. C'est une affiche. It is a poster. Qu'est-ce que c'est? What is it? To ask about something, right? Qu'est-ce que c'est? C'est un potable. C'est un potable. C'est une affiche. It is a poster. All right? To ask, who is it? Who is it? All right? You will say, qui est-ce? Qui est-ce? Qui est-ce? Qui est-ce? And the answer is for c'est. C'est. It is say for object. It is say for people. Qui est-ce? Qui est-ce? You see that this is just an inversion of say. We talk about that later on in our other lessons. Okay, qui est-ce? Who is it? C'est un prof. C'est un prof. Right? It is a teacher. C'est une étudiante. It is a female student. C'est une étudiante. C'est un prof. C'est une étudiante. Now to ask the question, what is there? Like you want to say, what is there in the classroom? Right? You will do it this way. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Répétez. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? The il y a means there is or there are. Right? There is or there are, depending on what will follow. If it's plural, then you will translate it into English as there are. If it's singular, then it is there is. So, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? What is there? Il y a un professeur. There is a professor. Right? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Il y a un livre. What is there? There is a professor. What is there? Il y a un livre. There is a book. Okay, ça va? So, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Right? Can be asked, can be used to ask a question about a thing or a person. All right? Whereas, qu'est-ce que c'est is only used to ask the question, what is it? Right? What is it? About things, not people. All right? When you want to ask about somebody, you use qui est? Qui est? The response to both qu'est-ce que c'est and qui est is c'est. Right? C'est. And then, if it's qu'est-ce que c'est, you bring a thing. C'est un portable. C'est une affiche. If it's a person, qui est, then the answer should be a person. C'est un professeur. C'est une étudiante. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? What is there? Right? Can be answered with a person or a thing. Il y a un professeur, il y a un livre. Ça va? Au revoir et à bientôt.